Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Officer Kimmy Will, IUIC Orlando. Today we're about to embark on a flyer mission, or actually we already have camp. We're in Gainesville, Florida, on the corner of East University and Southeast 13th Street. We're just rolling up, and as you see, what are we greeted with? Police. Police in our neighborhoods. Why do we have to have the police in our neighborhoods? As the scriptures say in Deuteronomy 28:16, cursed are we in the city and cursed are we in the field. Why the police here? Because we fail to keep God's commandments. The Most High said he will send his sword after us. Well, as you see, the sword is right there to make sure that we stay in order, because we don't know how to govern ourselves. So we can ready to hold camp. We're in the right place. We are on the southeast side of Gainesville, Florida, and the word is about to come out. So with that, I'm going to say shalom, Most High in Christ bless.
Okay, so if you think about the ghetto, do you think about other nationalities of people? Like when you think ghetto, is the first thing you think about the East Indian man? When you think ghetto, do you think about the Arab man? When you think ghetto, do you think about the Chinese man? Or do you think about the so-called black man? If somebody said, is the word ghetto synonymous with something good? Let me ask you like that. If you had your choice of places to live, do you want to live in the ghetto? If you had a choice of any place to live on the earth, is the first thing you're going to say is, hey, I want to go live in the hood. Let's be real. Okay. Most of our people, when they make some money, let's say for instance, you got brothers around here that are good at sports, and they make it right down the street to UF, right? And then from UF, they make it into the league. Do they buy a house right here? No, they don't buy a house right here, right? What do they try to do? I'm out. I'm out. I don't even want to be reminded of this place. Let's read that in the Bible. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 and verse 16. Because what we hear, first of all, we are Israel united in Christ. We are here to show you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are the children of the slave trade. You are the children of the Bible. You are the heritage of the Most High God. Why are we in this condition? We are in this condition because we broke God's commandments, and he's angry with us. So what did he do? As a good father, he punished us. And right now, we are beneath all the other nations of people on the earth. And we're going to show you that. Give me that. Deuteronomy 28, 15, and then 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the Most High made a covenant with us. A covenant agreement, right? He says, I'm going to choose you to be my people, and I'm going to be your God. I'm going to set you above all the people, all the nations of people on the earth, because I love you above all of them. But if you break these commandments, these laws that I give you, I'm going to put you under all the people of the earth. You understand that so far? You understand that? Verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Say that again.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Okay, so our people, when they got off the slave ships, the cargo slave ships, right? Were we not sold to our oppressors? Were our forefathers not sold? Look at this. Did we not have chains on our necks? iron on our necks. Read that again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
And you know what? On the plantation, we were all in the same area, and what did we do? We were eating the leftovers, the slops, right? We had to work from sun up to sundown, right? Everything that we got was given to us. Now, let's fast forward, and we're going to go through that in the scripture. Let's fast forward to now. Section 8. Who is that given to us by? Our oppressors. WIC, welfare. Who is that given to us by? Our oppressors. You see that? The scriptures say, cursed would we be in the city, and cursed would we be in the field. As I asked the brother, I said, if you could live anywhere on the planet that you wanted to live, would your first thought be, I want to go to the hood? Would that be your first place to live if you could live anywhere you wanted to, brother?
I want to live in the United States.
This brother say he don't even want to live in the United States. But if you moved outside the United States, would you find a hood if you had the money to afford to live anywhere you wanted to?
You wouldn't find that.
No, you wouldn't go there, would you? Why? Because look at our hoods. Gainesville, Florida ain't no different than Chicago, than New York, than LA, than Frisco. Wherever you find a concentration of the Israelites, you're going to find poverty, you're going to find hatred, you're going to find murder. These are things that are synonymous with the curses that we are under. Read that again, verse 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Now, one of the things that we know also applies to us is our names have changed. When we got off the slave ships, we were Negroes. Then we became colored. Remember now, back in the 60s, the 40s, 50s, and 60s, you ask your grandparents, there used to be signs, whites only, coloreds only. We know about that history, right? So our name was changed from Negro to colored to, in the 70s, we were Afro-Americans. You remember in the 70s, if you go back and you look through your history, we used to actually love each other then. We used to actually care about each other then. If somebody's child was going astray, the neighbor could grab the child and take the child back to the parent's house. The neighbor could chastise the child, and the parent was okay with that because we actually had love for each other. We don't see that no more. What do we see now? We hate each other. When it comes to helping each other, we won't help each other. But if we see one of us get our ass whooped out here in the streets, you see a crowd in no time. Right. Somebody gonna pull out a camera and yell, world star. Right. Is that not what happens? Is that not what happens, brother? That's what happens. Cursed are we in the city. Our names have changed. So we went from Negroes. We went from Negro to colored to Afro-American. Now we African-American. Why must our name keep changing? But now, since you've been on the earth, how many times has the so-called white man's name changed? You've always known him as a so-called white man, or redneck, or cracker, right? Ain't that what we called him all the time? That ain't changed. What about the so-called China? Has his name changed, or we always known him as being Chinese? What about the Arab man? Has his name changed? Or have we always known him as being an Arab? So now we got to consider, do these curses apply to anyone else, or do they apply only to us? Read this, verse 32.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fare with longing for them all the day long.
I'm sorry, go jump down to verse 37, we'll come back.
Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So the Bible says that we will become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. A byword is being called outside your God-given name. Okay? When we look, hey brother, if you come just a little closer, I want you to look at this sign and tell me, who are you according to this sign? Do you see your people according to this sign? What do you see yourself according to this sign? Meaning, what is your father? Because this is, on the right, this is our God-given name. On the left, well, on my left, on your right, this is the name that the slave master or our oppressors gave us. So before the 1600s, we were named Judah, not African American or American black. We were named Benjamin, not West Indian or Jamaican. We were named Levi, not Haitian, okay? Before the 1400s, 1492, when Christopher Columbus came over, your brethren, the Hispanics, they were Ephraim, not Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican means rich port or port of riches. Ain't nobody walking around a rich port. These were names that were given to us by our oppressors. Okay, so read that again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So, no matter what nation, no matter where you go on the earth, do you know there's a derogatory name for black? You know there's some word that refers to us being so-called niggas in every language I can go to Australia, I can go to Germany, I can go to London, I can go to South Korea, and I'm still a nigga in the eyes of those people. Then who does this fit? Read that again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Who does that fit, brother? Who does that fit? Does that fit everybody on the earth? No, that don't fit everybody on the earth. Does that fit us? Absolutely it fits us. Let's see some more things that fit us. 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long.
Our sons and our daughters will be given to another people. Did that not happen in slavery? You had slave auctions. It's still happening today. You're absolutely right, brother. Because we had slave auctions, right? And they would break up families. You've seen Roots before, right? Kizzy and Kuta Kinte, and you've seen that. It said, read that again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand.
And we didn't have no economic might to buy our children back. We didn't have no military might to go physically take them back. You understand? He said there will be no might in our hands. Now, you said it's still happening today. It is still happening today. You got something called DCF, right? DCF will come take your children, right? And usually, how does DCF know to take your children? Because one of your own people that's bearing a grudge against you will call and say, she done left her children at home by themselves. She over there high. Something like that, or the father mad at the baby mama. He might call them, but still, nonetheless, it's our people that fill up DCF. When you go and you see, if you go and you sat down at the courthouse, in the family circuit court, the majority of people you're going to see is our people in there. I'm not saying that The other nations don't never have no marital strife. But what I'm saying is when you see people having to come in and forcefully remove another people, our children are the ones that are being forcefully removed. That curse is still on us even to this day.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.